Coming up on Inside Kansas Politics, state agencies are under fire over how they report child abuse. Plus, a top GOP leader is now running for governor, and a huge EV battery plant is now open in DeSoto. But will it live up to the hype?
On the next edition of Inside Kansas Politics, Governor Kelly joined company and city officials for the official ribbon cutting and opening ceremony of the massive Panasonic plant in DeSoto. The plant will make batteries for electric vehicles. It covers 4.7 million square feet and takes up 300 acres. Panasonic has already started mass production with an initial focus on expanding production of its 2170 EV battery cells. So far, Panasonic has filled 1,100 of the roughly 4,000 jobs it was projected to create at the DeSoto site.
Panasonic, as you heard, this is the largest factory we've ever built in a 107-year history, so that's huge. And then for Kansas, it's the biggest investment they've ever had. So you add those two things together, you get two pretty excited groups that we're all here in DeSoto.
And a recent Kansas state audit found many cases of abuse or neglect were not investigated properly due to a lack of communication between the Department for Aging and Disability, the Department of Health and Environment, and the Department for Children and Families. State law requires all abuse and neglect cases to be fully investigated within 30 workdays. Auditors hope to see the system improve.
One of the recommendations we made was to the legislature, and that was for them to consider amending state law so they could clarify exactly what agencies are supposed to be doing. Each of the agencies we spoke with understood their responsibilities under state law differently.
And Senate President Ty Masterson is throwing his hat in the ring for governor.
Really, I'm running to take back Kansas because for the last 23 years, we've been run by a liberal Democrat in the governor's office.
He sits down with our Rebecca Chung to discuss public education, Medicaid expansion, abortion, taxes, and more. Those stories, plus a deep dive on the major issues you'll see in the 2026 gubernatorial race this weekend on Inside Kansas Politics.
And you can stay up to date with our weekly schedule by following Inside Kansas Politics on social media, which you can see on your screen right now. We also post every episode on our YouTube channel. Just search for KSNT News. And you can also email Inside Kansas Politics at ikp@ksnt.com if you have story ideas or topics.